There is a specific kind of comfort that only comes from a deeply savory, steaming, pull-apart pot roast. But without the right technique, that expectation easily collapses into a common disappointment, a slab of dry, tough meat surrounded by vegetables that have turned to mush. The center of this dish is a 3-pound top sirloin roast. Because the cut is so dense, it requires specific mechanical and thermal interventions to ensure the interior becomes as tender as the exterior. We're going to map out the exact chronological sequence needed to transform that raw sirloin into a flawless, garlic-infused roast. Achieving a legendary roast doesn't require complex culinary gymnastics. It requires mastering a precise timeline of physical and chemical transformations. The timeline starts at the surface. The exterior dry rub is a precise equal ratio, exactly 1 teaspoon each of salt, freshly ground black pepper, and paprika massaged into the meat. This creates a physical limitation. A surface rub remains on the exterior, leaving the thick, dense core of the 3-pound sirloin untouched. To address this depth, we use a small knife to carve shallow, surgical slits directly into the top of the raw muscle. This cross-section shows the goal. We press 6 slivered cloves of garlic deep into those incisions, embedding them squarely within the red muscle fibers. By bypassing the outer crust, this internal infusion ensures that every single interior slice carries bold, savory notes from the inside out as it cooks. With the meat prepped, the timeline shifts to the slow cooker, where the physical arrangement of the ingredients becomes a calculated architectural decision. We build the foundation using dense root vegetables, 6 quartered Yukon Gold potatoes, chopped sweet onions, and uniform 2-inch carrot pieces. In this diagram of the slow cooker, you can see the logic of this arrangement. Resting the heavy beef directly on top of the vegetables elevates the meat out of the direct bottom heat, allowing the savory beef juices to continually drip down and baste the roots below. As we add the braising liquid, exactly half a cup of water, half a cup of beef broth, 3 bouillon cubes, and a single bay leaf, watch how it fills the base. It submerges the vegetables, but stops right at the bottom edge of the beef. This precise spatial architecture turns the slow cooker into a turn-to-it steam bath, balancing the moisture and heat for both the meat and the dense vegetables beneath it. Next, we cover the pot and apply the heat, setting the parameters for either 8 hours on low or 6 hours on high. This animation shows the microscopic structure of the dense sirloin during that long cook. The low, continuous heat gradually melts the rigid connective tissues binding the muscle fibers together. If we applied high, rapid heat instead, those same proteins would rapidly contract. They shrink, tightening together and expelling their internal moisture, which results in a dry, tough chew. We let that slow process run its course until the final 30 minutes of the cook. That is the exact moment we stir in 2 large chopped green bell peppers. This late-stage intervention protects the delicate bell peppers from the long-duration braise, preserving their vibrant color and structural bite instead of letting them disintegrate. When the long cook ends, lifting the lid reveals a thick plume of steam and a dark, rich, glistening pot roast. The result is a beautifully seasoned roast sitting exactly where we left it, atop tender, structurally sound vegetables, resting in a rich, dark broth. That deep, savory flavor profile isn't an accident. It is the direct result of those surgical garlic incisions made hours earlier. The pull-apart tenderness of the meat and the texture of the vegetables trace right back to the calculated spatial architecture of the pot and the delayed addition of the peppers. Mastering a Sunday roast leaves nothing to chance. It is a deliberate product of internal seasoning, smart slow cooker architecture, and absolute precision timing.